6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Ayesha Naya. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has called for devising strategy to save countries like Pakistan from the disastrous impacts of climate change. Shehbaz Sharif launched Digital Youth Hub portal in Islamabad today to provide integrated guidance to youth about all government programs. National Assembly today passed the National Anti-Money Laundering and Countering the Financing of Terrorism Authority Bill 2023. Pakistan and Iran have chalked out a trade cooperation plan to take bilateral trade volume to $5 billion in next 5 years. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has paid tribute to unprecedented steadfastness of Kashmiri people during the last 4 years after abrogation of special status by Modi regime. Russia has severed diplomatic relations with Norway, adding Oslo to its list of unfriendly countries. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has called for devising strategy to save countries like Pakistan from the disastrous impacts of climate change when they have no contribution in inducing it. He was addressing a ceremony organized by Ministry of Climate Change in Islamabad today titled Review of Pakistan's Climate Journey. The Prime Minister said climate change has adversely impacted the whole world, with Pakistan facing the devastating floods that inundated vast fertile lands. He emphasized that the world needs to understand that there is no fault of countries having little to none contribution in greenhouse gas emissions, but are facing the consequences of climate change and end up being trapped in a vicious cycle of loans to be paid back. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has expressed determination to make the second phase of CPEC a resounding success. In a tweet today, he expressed his gratitude to Chinese President Xi Jinping for his powerful message of support and solidarity with Pakistan on the occasion of the completion of decade of CPEC. He said President Xi Jinping's emphasis on building CPEC, an exemplary project of high quality, reflects his commitment to well-being of people of Pakistan. In another tweet, the Prime Minister said Pakistan remains committed to developing maritime infrastructure along the coast from Karachi to Gwadar to prepare itself as a future trade and transshipment hub in the region. He said the launch of the state-of-the-art Belgium-class warship PNS Tariq is a major step towards self-reliance and indigenization in the defense sector. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif inaugurated Digital Youth Hub portal in Islamabad today to provide integrated guidance about all the programs and government steps taken for development of youth. The launching ceremony, he said government is expanding the scope and reach of the Prime Minister's youth program in the entire country at fast pace. Prime Minister assured that government will utilize all available resources to empower the youth, and 80 billion rupees have been allocated for different programs. Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif has launched the health insurance card program for media workers, artists and technicians attached to the film industry. A memorandum of understanding for this purpose was signed between Ministry of Information and Broadcasting and the State Life Insurance Corporation in Islamabad today. Under the program, an annual health insurance to cover medical expenditure worth 1.5 million rupees will be provided to the card holders. Speaking on this occasion, the Prime Minister said the agreement is of utmost importance as it addresses the media men and artists who worked hard, even sometimes during tough working conditions, but remain deprived of basic amenities in their lives. He said the government will provide them with health insurance coverage through budgetary allocations under the PM program. In her address, Information and Broadcasting Minister Maryam Aurangzeb said that the registration process for the health card has begun and health cards will formally be issued to the artists and media workers by next week. The National Assembly today passed the National Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Financing of Terrorism Authority Bill 2023. It was moved by Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Hinarabani Khar. Taking the floor, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs said this legislation is of immense importance and if enforced and properly implemented, it will make sure that Pakistan does not see the FATF grey list again. Other bills that were passed by the House today included the Protection of Journalists and Media Professionals Amendment Bill 2023, the Press, Newspapers, News Agencies and Books Registration Amendment Bill 2023, Pakistan Civil Aviation Bill 2023, the National Logistic Corporation Bill 2023, the Gun and Country Club Bill 2023, Pakistan Air Safety Investigation Bill 2023 and Institute of Gujarat Bill 2023. Later, the House was adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan and Iran have chalked out a 5-year trade cooperation plan 2023 till 2028 with a trade target of $5 billion. This was stated by Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari at a joint press stakeout along with his Iranian counterpart Hussein Amir Abdullahian in Islamabad this afternoon. The Pakistan Foreign Minister said the 5-year plan is aimed at removing impediments on bilateral trade, finalization of free trade agreement and establishment of institutional linkages between our respective private partners. Speaking on the occasion, the Iranian minister called for promoting cooperation in economy, trade and tourism under regional mechanisms. He said the two sides are fully committed to increase the bilateral trade to $5 billion. Hussein Amir Abdullahian said the two countries will take immediately steps for the release of fishermen and their vessels. He said convicted prisoners on both sides will be exchanged. Emphasizing on the completion of Pakistan-Iran gas pipeline, the Iranian foreign minister said it will definitely serve the national interests of the two countries. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has said that 4 years of Indian constant military siege in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir have failed to stifle the Kashmiris' legitimate struggle for freedom. According to Kashmir Media Service, APHC Vice Chairman Ghulam Ahmad Gulzar, in a statement issued in Srinagar, said that the unprecedented steadfastness, firmness and bravery of Kashmiris again proved that their spirit and passion for freedom is invincible. Reiterating call for complete strike in the territory and protest rallies all over the world on Saturday, he said it is time to give India and the international community a clear message that Kashmiris prefer death over slavery and would never compromise on their universally acknowledged right to self-determination. Russia has added Norway to its list of countries that have committed unfriendly acts against Russian diplomatic missions. According to media reports, countries on the list are limited in the number of local staff they can hire in Russia, with Norway restricted to 27. Norway has expelled 15 Russian diplomats for alleged spying in April, and Russia responded by ordering out 10 Norwegian diplomats. In Afghanistan, National Statistics and Information Authority has said more than 2.5 million national computerized identity cards were given to citizens last year. According to Afghan state media, electronic IDs, which are known as the Tazkira, have been issued to more than 4.6 million Afghans in aggregate. The total population of Afghanistan is about 35 million. China has launched a satellite into space from the Jiaquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest of country. The Fangwen 306 satellite was launched by a Long March 4C carrier rocket and successfully entered the planned orbit. And finally, the weather report. Rain with wind and thunder showers expected in Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, Islamabad, Pothohar region, northeast Punjab and Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa during the next 12 hours. Heavy fall is also expected at a few places in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Pothohar region, northeast Punjab and Kashmir during the period. Hot and humid weather is expected elsewhere in the country. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website www.radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link Radio Pakistan /Radio Pakistan News Official.